Hey guys, it is me JJ here, and today I am going to be rating different Game of Thrones characters. This is a tier list. You've probably seen these many times before, and if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and push the notifications bell if you would like more videos from me. So let's begin. I'm just going to give a few pointers. I have not read the books. I have not read the Game of Thrones book, so I am not in depth with it. But I have watched the whole TV show twice, and I have just finished my second time completing the entire TV series of Game of Thrones. Also, I do not remember every single character or every single character's name, but I will do my very best to do the best job I can do with each character because I do have a good memory of faces. So let's begin. So we have I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start with Bran. I think Bran is a very interesting character. Obviously he's like the three-eyed raven, so he's like the god of the show essentially, and what he's been through. I think he could have been more. We saw his development. Yeah, he turned into the three-eyed raven, but it's like he was always the three-eyed raven. I felt like there was a lot more that could have happened possibly with him, and it just ended with, all right, he's king. So for that reason, I am gonna put him in the I'm gonna put him in the B tier. Yeah. Next, I'm gonna start with Tyrion. Tyrion is a straight up S. I think for everyone that has ever watched Game of Thrones, you would rate Tyrion quite highly. Just the character development, just those scenes where you're like, is he gonna live? Is he gonna not live? Like, is he gonna make it? Tyrion has fought the odds and got through a lot of things that he should have died from. And Tyrion is a very inspirational character. He's an in-depth character. Everyone can relate. Everyone can kind of relate to Tyrion in some sort of way, even though he is a dwarf in the show, and in real life he's obviously short. I'm not gonna call him that, but in the show he's referred to as a imp. But I think he's a very inspirational, very amazing character to be on the show. He fits the story absolutely perfectly. Joffrey, just based on him, he is a S tier, and I'm not saying that in a way like, oh, let's praise evil. Like, he played a good villain. Like, he's what made a lot of the show very interesting to watch. Like, Joffrey, oh no, what's he gonna do now? Like, it was always that when he came on screen. So for that reason, he is an S tier, because after him it's like there was no more Joffrey. It's like, wow, he's gone. He played a good character. He was a good, like, it was part of the show, and I don't think the show would have been the same without Joffrey. So for that reason, he's an S tier for me. um I'm going to go with King Robert. King Robert, I didn't know much. Honestly, I didn't see much of this guy. Once again, they killed him off very early. um but he is an interesting king, I guess. But I just don't feel like I got enough from him as a character. He's a funny guy. I feel like it was really for Ned Stark, but there was just not much for me to really learn. So I'm gonna put him in a C. He's not terrible. It's just like I wanted to see more, I guess. Sansa, I don't like Sansa. I find Sansa so incredibly stuck up, annoying, and just a brat. Like, honestly, Sophie Turner, I'm cool with you. Sansa, like Sansa, like there's so many times I'm like, what is wrong with you? Especially when you didn't tell the truth to King Robert when it was Joffrey who intimidated that little boy. That really annoyed me. I'm gonna put her in a B. Um, I guess she does have a good story. I'm gonna put her in an A. I am gonna put Sansa in an A because she is quite a prominent character in the story. Sam is just a straight S tier. What a great guy. Like, honestly, like, this guy is just really funny, and I love to see him on the screen. Like, he makes me laugh. He always makes me laugh. And I really appreciate Sam. There's something about him where I'm like, oh gosh, he's on the screen and he's doing something funny again, or he said something absolutely hilarious. Especially his lovemaking scene. That was just so funny. Rickon, I'm sorry, that is just a D. Like, what was Rickon there for? Like, what was Rickon on the show for? If he traveled along with, you know, Hodor, Osha, and Bran, and then they killed him. Was he just a sacrifice? Like, he had no character development. It was given the dire wolf. I didn't see any story with Rickon. Honestly, it just seemed like a brother. Like, that's all it was. So yeah, I didn't see the point in Rickon Stark in any way. Arya is an S tier. Arya is obviously cool. You know, we can relate to Arya. Like, we're on Arya's arc. You know, her little story. She runs off, and then she's fighting by herself, and she goes through this stage of, you know, the faceless man, and she's no one, and it's all cool. That part of the show was really like fun for me when I first watched it. About, I don't know, call it what? Oh dear, it's been a long time. Ooh. 21, 22. I watched the show in full. Like, what you talking? When I was 17, but it finished in 2019. So I guess, you know, but Arya, yeah. Arya is a sick character. I really like Arya. I find her very, very incredibly fun to watch. Especially like when she was younger and getting up to no good. It was so fun. I don't believe her and Gendry should have done anything. I don't know. There's just something that didn't sit right with me about that for a very long time. But it happened, you know, I guess. Cool. It's just a scene. It's just acting, right? Marjorie. Now I'm going to tell you something about Marjorie. I fancy the pants off Marjorie. I am in love with Marjorie. She's the most beautiful woman on TV that I've ever seen. Like, I think she's just so incredibly, like, beautiful. I find her so, especially her eyes, her hair, her eyes, her everything. I am in love with this woman here. She has a good character. Very independent in a very humble way. She had a sweetness about her, and the fact that she was killed in such a fashion always made me cry. I loved Marjorie, and I was very upset to see her die. However, once again, I think there could have been a lot more to Marjorie than we saw. But from what we got, yeah, she wants to be queen. Yeah, that's her intention. She wants to be queen. That's why she married Joffrey. But she was just killed off. And I feel like maybe there was a bit more we could have seen about her. I'm going to put her in the B with Bran. Rose. Now Rose, well, we didn't see much of Rose, I guess. You know, she was that side character at the beginning who was just sleeping with everyone and died. You know, obviously she has a great body, as we all know. But apart from that, there wasn't much of a role to her, I guess. I didn't really see much further than, you know, the fact that she was killed. I'm gonna put her in the C tier. I didn't really get much from the story of her, apart from we know what she does, but that was it for me. Like, okay, that's what she does, you know. Osha, her accent's hilarious to me. She has like the most unique accent in the whole show. You're not gonna hear Osha's accent in anyone else but herself, so it's quite interesting. But once again, you know, she was found, I guess. Her story gets a bit built on, you know. Obviously she's there for Bran and Rickon, but then she just dies. Like, there was no reason for her to die. She just dies. Like, she didn't have to die, she just did. I just feel like there could have been a lot more. I'm gonna put her in a C. No, I'm gonna put Osha here because she was half a character in the show, I guess. You know, this witch. Oh my goodness, I hated this witch for a very long time. I think we all know how I didn't like this witch. Sorry. But yeah, sorry about that notification there. My VPN's playing up. I forgot her name. I actually forgot. The Red Woman. I'm gonna call her because she is also known as the Red Woman. What she did to Shireen? You know how long it took me to get over that? How long it took me to get over what she did to Shireen? I don't think I forgave her properly. But I could have half forgiven her for saving John. For bringing John back. Because John was needed. But for what she did to that poor, sweet, lovely, intelligent little girl, that is the most emotional thing I've ever seen on TV. So, but obviously she's a powerful character, right? Because who can make you feel that way? And as a character, you're gonna have to put her in A. You know what I mean? She's just like important in that sense. All right. What was that? 12 minutes in. That was a quick break at 12 minutes in. Next, we have The Hound. The Hound's really interesting to me. The story, him serving under Joffrey, serving under Robert. You know, that fight with the Mountain was real entertaining when I first saw it. To see him progress with the show, I think I'm gonna put him up here just straight away. Just without the Hound, the show wouldn't be what it was, kind of thing. So I liked the Hound in the show. I feel like he had a really and there's a backstory to him. Like his face was burned, and he's got this thing against his brother, and in the end, they both, his brother burnt his face, and they both die in burning. Like they both die in the end in fire. And it's just the fact that he has this burn on his face, and throughout the whole show you just see it, and then in the end it's like he got the kind of revenge on his brother, but sadly he died. I don't know why he died, but he just did. It's just a very ridiculous. I don't think he should have died. His brother, yeah, cool. The Mountain should have, but the Hound was like, I liked the Hound. There's something about him. He may have been ruthless, but deep down he had a heart, deep down, because he wasn't insane, was he? He still was like a person. Jon Snow. Right. Jon Snow. Jon Snow, I'm going to obviously put Jon Snow in the S. He is one of the most prominent stories in the Game of Thrones. He's just really prominent, and obviously he's going for a lot, and he's about whatever, and you find out his true identity, and he's under the Night's Watch, and he gets killed, and he comes back to life, and he falls in love, and he falls in love again. You just gotta have to put him up here. He's like, we all know what Jon Snow did, and it's like, you can't just put him in any lower tier, because he's basically one of the most main characters. This is the main character. This is the second most main character. This is a main character, and I'd say this is a main character as well. this guy, I really liked this guy. He didn't need to die, but he was a lovely guy. He was just not supposed to die. I get he committed treason, whatever. But to be honest, I really liked him. He saved Tyrion. He had good morals about him. And for him to die, that really was sad. Especially by being burnt alive by a dragon. That was really sad. I'm going to put him in the A. I like him. Didn't see much of him. I get it. He was an advisor to Bran, but honestly, we didn't see much. And his character was not useless, but just not really like important to the story, I guess. I just didn't see it like that. I just didn't really see his use. So I'm going to put him next to Rickon. Littlefinger, oh Littlefinger. Do I hate Littlefinger? Yes, I do. I hate him because I hate the way he is as a person. I hate Littlefinger, if I knew a Littlefinger, I would be very scared. Like, I would never want to know a Littlefinger. I would never be friends with a Littlefinger. Phew, scary guy. But he's a great character because obviously he caused a lot of havoc in the Seven Kingdoms. So I'm gonna put him here. I don't put him here because to me he didn't do anything extremely crazy or impressive to me. Like, it was like more mischievous stealth work, mischievous, stealthy, witty. So I'll put him here. Brienne of Tarth. The scream of Brienne of Tarth. Ah! Oh my gosh. You just don't get over it when you hear the screaming that this lady does. Great story, I guess. I like, her falling in love with Jaime. I feel like Jaime should have stayed with her. She really loved him and she loved him properly in a very genuine way, and I liked that about her. I liked the way. I was very angry when Jaime actually left her. I was like, why? But I understood why, but I was just like, she's a good lady, like, stay. She has your back. I'll put her in an A because good character. Daenerys, you know what? At the beginning, I was rooting for Daenerys, but after a while, I kind of just didn't. It got old. Like, I understand she rides dragons. Oh, I understand she kills dragons with fire. I understand she's just ruthless, and I just got it. Like, I get the character you're trying to play. It felt like it was just over and over, and oh, here she comes on the dragons again. Like, we know what to expect with this person. And it just eventually just got a bit like dull for me. For me, it did, because I just knew what was going to be happening with this lady. Like, she as a dragon, she's just going to capture everyone or surrender, call me the queen, like, or you die. And it's just like, I get it. So it got boring for me. So I'm actually gonna put Daenerys. In B. I'm gonna put her in B because for me, I just got a bit bored of Daenerys. I just did. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Cersei, S tier. She is a G. Like, when she did what she did and like set the whole thing on fire. Really? I was like, dang, this lady knows who she has power. And it's like the story of her wanting to be on the throne, and when she finally got her way, when she finally got that seat as Queen Cersei, she really like did some things. Like, she made shit happen. Like, she caused some havoc, and it was like, yeah, it's Cersei's time now. It's your turn. And it's like, I just like Cersei. It honestly, once again, like I said with the Hannah thing, the show would not be the same without people like Cersei. Honestly, great character. Absolutely loved Cersei in Game of Thrones. I'm gonna skip out characters that I don't know because I won't know how important they are if I don't actually remember them. For example, I don't really know this character is right now. I don't remember really. I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh, this character. I know it's part of like either the Night's. I think it was the Night's Watch. Honestly, did not see the significance. Very short lived. Died very quick. D tier. Like honestly, we're just gonna get some D tiers for now. Yeah. I'm gonna put this witch in D tier as well because honestly, she did not have to do that to. It just seemed like she was just there to kind of mess things up, and that was it. She died. D tier. Not very important to me. This guy just such a nuisance. Honestly, I hated this guy throughout the whole show. This guy I hated throughout the whole entire show, and I was literally waiting for someone to get rid of him. Like honestly, I got so annoyed. I'm like, why is he still alive? He's just here to cause trouble. You know, when he did eventually die, like that was a good day. Not in a way that I'm glorifying death, but I just didn't like him. I'm gonna put him in C. Yeah, because he kind of did like he's not a D because he's part of the story in a big way. These two died very very early on, but he, you know, they all for the watch. You know I'm talking about. There was importance to him, I guess, in the story. I don't actually remember this character very well, so and that just shows me that it probably wasn't an important character. Um, Jamie. Jamie's obviously just an instant S next to Cersei, ironically. Yeah, just great character, very good looking, very good to see a good looking guy on screen in that age. When I get to his age, I'd like to aspire to look that good. Really admired the guy. Obviously not what he's doing with Cersei, but it just seemed like he was at heart a good guy, and the fact that he had a good relationship with his brother touched my heart in a big way. There was a lot of times where they would hug and I'd get quite emotional because I'd be like, oh, he sees past the fact that everyone doesn't see him like everyone sees him a certain way. Everyone sees Tyrion a certain way, but Jamie saw Tyrion as his brother, and it was a very beautiful thing. There's something very beautiful about Jamie that I really liked. Obviously, he murdered his cousin. That scene was a bit gruesome and not very necessary at all for him to do that, but it is what it is. That one. Caitlyn, just yeah, that just shows. I'm gonna put her at C because I just didn't see the. I get it. She's the mom, but she's just jealous of John, and then she dies. I don't know. I didn't. Yeah. I don't hate. I just don't have much to say. Don't have much to say. If I can't see Ned Stark, we can't do this. All right, Ned Stark. I'll give him an A. By the way, it doesn't matter if they were killed off early. I think it's the effect. When he was killed, it was quite significant. Like, I'm sure the season ended with his death as well. And it was like, he was friends with the king. And it was like, he would have been the hand. He would have been that person. And it felt like he should have been. And I felt so robbed when he got beheaded. I felt like, this is wrong. This guy's supposed to be the hand. And he's dead. And the acting with Sansa fainting when he died made me laugh. I'm sorry. Just the way she fainted. Sorry, there's something about it. It just made me laugh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that sounds bad. But yeah, Ned, cool guy to me, good father. I liked his relationship with his children. Didn't see much of his relationship with Bran, but Sansa and Arya, he just had a great thing about him being a father to them, and I really liked that. I liked this character as well. Something Mormont, his father. He's the father of this guy. I liked him. I did, because he had sympathy for Jon in a way that he actually did like Jon, and wasn't harsh on Jon. He was like more understanding, especially when Jon was like talking about, that guy that was doing all those weird things to his own children, well, daughters. It just seemed like this guy was a good guy, so I'm gonna put him here. Bronn, I find Bronn hilarious in some ways. He's useful to Tyrion, I guess. I started to not like Bronn in the later seasons for some reason, as much as I did before. I don't know, he just changed. He seemed like more of a character you'd get along, and then after like he kind of like leaves Tyrion, like I don't know, there's just something a bit different about him. I don't know, there's something a bit different, but I'm gonna still put him in. I'm gonna still put him. I'm gonna put him in B personally. Like that's where I'd put him. Hodor, everyone loves Hodor. Didn't last long. Didn't see much of Hodor for real. Obviously because he died, but he had a very significant part. I get it. Hold the door. That took me a very, very, very long time to understand what was going on there. When in the past he was on the floor having an epileptic fit, I think. And I just didn't get that for a very long time. I'll put him here. I kind of like this guy. Really admired his stick fighting skills. But again, I know, he had a wife, and just not too much about him for me. Like, yeah, I get it. Good looking and womanized. I don't know if it was just charming, but he died. But his fight against the Mountain was quite interesting. So I'm going to put him here again. Cersei's daughter, literally, I didn't know much about her story. Like, I get it, but I get that she's the daughter, but honestly there was nothing that I needed to know. This guy I found him funny at times. Crazy when he died. He got killed in a very horrible fashion, but I found him quite funny at times. I'll put him here. Khal Drogo, short-lived. Good to Daenerys, even after the beginning of how his weird relationship with her and how she somehow fell in love with this guy after everything he did. But short-lived. But it was a good ruler in the sense that he took ownership and he was like, yeah, I'm in charge, and but then he just died for the most stupid reason to me. I was just like, why is this guy died? This guy died for what? I thought. So I'll put him here. I'll put him here because there could have been a lot more about him. Something Mormont. Good guy. Again, he died in the most stupid way I've ever seen. It just his death was just really, I just realized that this guy here next to him, I wasn't talking about this guy. I was talking about this guy. I haven't done this guy. I didn't even remember this guy. So this guy goes here. I don't even know him, but that's who I was talking about all that time, by the way. Just so you know. Tyrell. I don't know her name for some reason. I liked her. Found her very nice. She's a nice grandma. And R.I.P. The actor, she died. But I liked her. I did. And I am happy she killed Joffrey because Joffrey just couldn't have ruled for longer. Like, it was time. You know what I mean? So I did like her. I did like her. Miss Andre. Her death was just real sad. Like, why? She just went, Dracarys. And I was like, her death was very, like, shocking, actually. Very shocking. I didn't want her to die. But she remains one of those characters, I guess. And she lived quite a long time until she just randomly got killed. So I'm going to put her here. Dear. Theon, absolutely hated Theon for a very, very long time. I hated his personality. I hated how he treated people. I hated what he did to Bran at Winterfell. I hated how he was as a person. And then I felt sorry for him when Ramsay destroyed him. So Theon, I didn't like Theon. I just didn't. Even after he became Reek, it's just, does he kick back or did he remain Reek? He remained Reek and then he just suddenly wants to fight by Bran's side and then just dies. There was no redemption for Theon. It's like he never had a comeback. He was like forever traumatized. He never got therapy. He honestly just never was the same. It was a good moment when he saved his sister, but I don't know. It just didn't really. It didn't hit. So I'll put him here. Ah, dear. Grey Worm, yeah, cool, whatever. I didn't like him at the end. Him and John, you know. Yes, let's kill them all. Ugh. I'll put him. He's like, he should be here, but he's just not a character that. I'll put him here. He's there, yeah. He's right next to his girlfriend. All right, cool. This guy, honestly, there was nothing about him. He was like on screen for a tinsy bit. Euron, I mean, he was more interesting than Theon. But I'll put him here because I don't know. Euron, yeah, short-lived, not very memorable. I'll put him here just for the sake of that. This guy, Kat's nephew, just put him in there. Honestly, just his mum as well. Just put them there. That's where they belong, bro. And I just didn't see why they were even in the show. I just didn't see what importance. I just didn't get along with these two characters here. We're introduced to them in a very weird way. I'm just not even gonna go for it. I don't even go for what I just saw. It's just weird. It was just very, very weird. I just and the mom is just so weird. Rob, cool, yeah. Messed up. He really did. I always thought, why didn't he just go with the plan that his mom had in mind? Oh, I found someone. But you made an agreement. Like, you swore on it. You know, I get that we can fall in love with people, but, you know, this is about life and death. And in those situations, you can't just fall in love and my heart just wanted what my heart wanted and you get killed like that. You got killed really badly, bro. Honestly, you got killed really badly. Like, honestly, you got annihilated. You're here. Oh dear, Shay. Oh, you annoying. I do like her heart because she did love Tyrion until Tyrion called her a H-E-O. If he didn't, a H-O-E. If he didn't say that, she would have still loved him. But he pushed her away and said, "Go back, you hate." Like, come on. Like, that's not how you treat it. But I don't like that she betrayed him, but I do understand why. Because he did treat her bad. He did treat her bad from that. She loved him. But he broke her heart. But she should not have slept with his dad. That was really low. That was low. Honestly, that was low. What was the appeal? Okay, I get, he's in King's Landing now, and he's got a bit of power. But why can't you just sleep with Jamie? Like, why couldn't you just let with someone like, I don't know, good looking? I don't know. Anyway, you get put here, cause you're half good, just not very like memorable, I guess. Is this Rob's wife? Yes, it is. I found her super attractive, especially that scene with Rob and her. I was like, damn. I had to like be really careful like watching this show sometimes, because two women got my attention and they're right there. They're right next to each other. She really like attractive. Like, I didn't want to say the S word, but she really attractive to me. Didn't I liked what she stood up for. She's, you know, like the nurse that helps the injured, but she died in the most horrible way. She's here. She, you know, there could have been more in her background, or not even family member. There's just nothing. I guess there's not much to see. I like this character actually because I liked how evil he was, like Joffrey in a sense. He was just, "Arr!" And you do remember parts of him. So he goes up here, he goes there because he was really like, "Arr!" And you really didn't like him. Then he died. You know what I mean? Wow, this is a really interesting video for me actually. So now we have something Baratheon. As if I don't know his name. It's just weird. Remley, isn't it? Remley. Not very memorable. I get he was gay and, you know, cool, and then what? He dies by a black ghost. It just there's some characters that could have had a lot more to them. I just, you know, I just don't know. I don't know. This guy, yeah, you saw him for like 3 seconds, I guess, and then he gets burnt at the stake. I do like. I could have seen them doing a lot more with him. Like, we get the history, he used to be part of the Night's Watch, but there still could have been like we get told these things, like, yeah, he was part of the Night Watch, but there could have been like a conflict, like where he has to choose, and, you know, should I leave the wildling? But I guess the wildlings and Night Watch came together. This guy is really obviously handsome to Daenerys as well, and I thought, wow, he's good looking. He looks like Sinbad. I'll put him. He's definitely better than your one. I like him. I like him because he was there for her. Put him right next to her because that's who I believe Daenerys should have really stayed with. He was just there for her in a good way. So as you can see by the list, there's lots of people in the B tier, in the yes no tier. You know. Ygritte, I think. Ygritte. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Yeah, but she died. Before we got like a little rush of, oh, how beautiful, and then she died. Though she was funny though. Very, very funny, have to say. I put you, goodness, I'm gonna put you in the B tier. Fans would be mad if I put you any below. Fans would be upset if I put you here or here. So you go there, okay? And I'll put you right at the front as well. I'll put you right next to Bran, because you were quite a great character as well. I liked, and I felt so sad when she died. Like, they just happened to be in war and they catch each other's eyes, and it's like she stops everything. Ugh. Oh, how sad was that? Gendry, is it Gendry here? Yeah. Yes. with Arya, cool, but not very memorable. Yeah, he's all right. Okay, yeah, it's all right. Yeah. I was in love with this particular Sun sister here. Really like head over heels. Really like head over heels. Like, yup. I would. But not much of a story again. She was just kind of like a bandit. Like, oh yay, back up, sister B, sister C, sister 1, 2, 3. Like that's all it really was. And so were the rest of the sisters, you know. Just on the same level of being a character to me. I can kill. Who do you want to kill you? We get it. Her, the mother of these three, the reaction to her husband's death was insane. Oh dear, what a scene was that. But yeah, not very memorable, but kind of memorable in a sense. So you get put there. Ramsay up here. Really liked Ramsay in a way that I can't explain. He was a very prominent, good character, like really like evil in that way. Like, wow, what's he gonna do? Like, I was scared for Theon every time this guy came on. I was scared for anyone around this guy. I was like, what is he going to do to them now? What is he gonna do next? What is this guy going to do to him? Like, it was always scary to see Ramsay around someone. This guy, I've seen him in some movie. I don't know where I've seen him before, but I've seen him somewhere. I liked his little story, you know, with the hound and, you know, the whole. He was a really good guy, and he just gets hung. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Tommen, the brother of Joffrey, the brother of her. I don't know her name. The son of Cersei and the son of Jaime. I liked Tommen because he was nice and he was a kind individual with a good heart. However, he couldn't rule. He really couldn't rule. He was too nice and let his mum go to prison as king. Like, he could have wiped out the whole sect, but he didn't. And that really got me. I get why it would cause a civil war, but at least have some control over that. He let the whole thing take over his kingdom, and he was not king anymore. They had more power than him, and it was just like, you're weak king. But it was memorable. His reign was very memorable. So you go here, Tommen. Stannis, hated Stannis for what he did to his daughter, and I didn't like his boring personality. Yeah, do your duty. Like, what? He watched his daughter burn because he thought he was gonna be king, and his death wasn't satisfying. I wanted it to be gruesome. What he did to his daughter. Oh, Stannis, but he did attack King's Landing, and that was quite an epic battle. I put you there just for the sake of it. This guy, are these the brothers in something? He's a bandit anyway, and a very interesting guy, I think. Yeah, he's with that guy that never dies or something. I think I like him. He's cool, but he dies, doesn't he? Yeah, he does die. He gets attacked by a bear, unfortunately, and he dies in his company. He just gets killed off for some weird reasons. It's like they were just trying to obviously kill off as many characters as possible, as Game of Thrones is notoriously known for. So you go here, bro, and so does your guy who never dies. Actually, the guy never dies can go here because he's somewhat okay. This guy was really loyal to Daenerys, just like him. But as it goes with most of Daenerys' partners, most are just too old for her. Like, this guy wants to go for her. She's like in her 20s, bro. You're like in your 50s. This guy's near 60. Like, this guy right next to Daenerys, this brown haired guy is the perfect guy for Daenerys because he's young, and so is Jon Snow because he's young. Daenerys is not gonna just go for this guy, is he? You're not gonna go for the guy. He's out of his prime. You're not in your prime anymore. Daenerys wants to go for a young, chiseled, good-looking, V-line, mustache, hairy guy. Not these old men, but yeah, he died. I think this guy was a cool fighter as well. I really liked him. I'm like, sick, and then he died. I keep saying that, like, died, because they all keep dying. I do know this person, but I don't remember this person, so D. Once again, I do know this person. I don't know. Actually, I don't even know who this is. I'm sorry. Ramsay's Lord Bolton, honestly, did not see the significance of his character. He kind of reminded me a lot. He reminds me of Tywin for some reason. Something about him and Tywin seem a bit similar. I don't know what it is. Didn't see much of Bolton's mission. It's just not very significant to me. Like, I just didn't really see the importance of him in the story. I don't know why. I just didn't. This character, I don't know if that's Lord of Frey. Word of Frey, whatever. I don't even know who this is, but I'm sure it's not. D, because I don't know. Again, D, I don't know. Do I know? No, I don't know. Sorry, guys. It's just, sometimes it just goes from my head. I don't mean to have forgotten. I just don't remember some of these people. I remember this guy, this lady. Don't know. I think he was possibly, I think he was fighting beside Kat, if I'm right. I know this one. I think I know this one. 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 I'm not sure. I kind of do, but I don't remember where from in the series. Don't know. I know. I don't know. I don't know. That's how it goes. Is this Lancel? Or is this Lancel? No. This is Cersei's cousin, who she's sleeping with while he's on duty, while her brother's away. And then he just kind of just turns into the set out of nowhere. Huge transformation, by the way. Like, his hair's cut short and he has a red mark in his head, on his forehead, with red dots and red lines and a big circle. Very weird group called the Seven. Yeah, that's what it's called, the Seven. But once again, just there's not much to say. There's not much of a story. It was just a backup character to me, you know. Lord of the Seven. What a bad guy this guy is. He goes up here because he was as much powerful as this guy. He's on this. He might as well have been king the way he was acting. And he didn't give a crap. He didn't give a crap when Cersei was threatening him. He didn't care. Goodness. He was just like, do something. Uncle Benjen. Yeah, we didn't see much of him. I saw 2 scenes. What was it? 2 scenes of him. 1, 2, 3. 3 scenes, I think. Yeah, 3 scenes. One where Jon's asking to be part of the Night Watch. One where he sees Bran in the forest. And then he just dies. He didn't have to die. He could have just rode away on the same. I'm sure a horse is capable of carrying 2 men. He could have just sat on that horse with Jon and rode to safety, but he dies. So he goes here. This guy, something Tyrell. Beautiful Marjorie's brother. Like literally not important to me. I did not see the significance of him. I'm gonna put him here actually, because these two just go hand in hand. And I used to think they looked the same. I used to think these were the same person when I didn't know much about Game of Thrones. This guy, don't know much. Honestly, backup character to me. Um, Daenerys's great uncle, I think. Um, I liked what he said to John. Kill the boy and let the whatever. But that was quite powerful for some reason. He goes here. Is this Podrick? Podrick. Podrick's kind of funny. Where have I put Podrick? I don't know if I can find him now. Podrick. Yeah, he's alright. Nice-ish. Yeah, I'll put him there actually. I like Podrick. He's a coolish guy. Yara Greyjoy. Oh my gosh. I don't know. He's boisterous and yes. And I am the king of I am the Iron Islands queen. And this is how we do it, boys. Let's go, lads. Like, ugh. I don't know. Just, ugh. I don't know. I just didn't really enjoy it. So you go here, bro. No one. I don't even know this guy's name, but I thought he was super cool. Especially when he did that request for Arya, and she's like, "I want 3 people killed," and he just had them done. Like, that scene was really cool. The guy heading to expose Arya, and then he just falls forward. Like, that is quite an interesting character to me. But then he just doesn't get talked about again. I guess Arya leaves like Bravos, isn't it? But I don't know. I like him. I do like him. That's why he's up there. Oh, I love this guy. This guy's so nice. He has such a good relationship with Shireen. And then Shireen died, and he was so broken, and it broke my heart. What a good guy. He's going there. This guy is funny. Likes Brienne. Don't even know the name. If I say this guy or this lady, it's because I've forgotten the name. But loves her. Well, not loves her, but fancies her and says all these funny things, thinking he's gonna win her, and she's just like zero interested. It's just so funny to see. But I like him because he's got like a good heart. I don't know. He's just really like down to earth. There's something like really like humbling about seeing a person like this on the show. So I'll put him in A. Sam's girlfriend, yeah, cool. She got randomly annoyed at one point, and I was just like, what on earth did Sam say so wrong that you had a fit? Like, what are you so upset about? I didn't understand. But she's kind of like memorable. You get put there, after when it came to those last seasons with Daenerys going crazy and all that. All the rest of the characters just get forgotten because now it's just all about this completely different story about Daenerys destroying the kingdom, and it just took a turn. Everything just changed after that. It just changed. It's like at the beginning, the beginning seasons and the middle, it's like all the characters were like playing with each other. It's like we're all, slowly like getting a sense of each. And then season 7 came out and season 8 came out, and nothing else mattered before, and it's just we all know this guy, Cersei's Frankenstein doctor, I guess. Crazy guy. His death is crazy too. Oh gosh, he just gets thrown. Very upset the Mountain's not on there, guys. Sorry if he's not. The Mountain would probably go in B or A personally. But yeah, this guy, you know, cool. Tywin. Tywin, yeah. When he was around, he was like significant. But after he died, it was like, when they die sometimes, it's like, you're just like, eh? I'm going to put Tywin here. And with that, with all the characters I've been given on this tier list, guys, that concludes the end of my Game of Thrones tier list maker decisions. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments. Thank you if you've watched this video the whole way through. I hope it's been entertaining in whatever way. And if you care to, please give me a subscribe. And I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.